Türkiye, İstiklal Marşımız.
Okay, the national anthems have been played, and, well, there's another familiar face. Dario Djurdjic, now the head coach of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's great to see him remain involved in international basketball. His run now with Belgium over. And of course, we've watched him for a long time coaching in Belgium at Ostend. He's moved on to France, but he's also taken the helm now of this team. So, three of the best in the business: Wojciech Liszka from Poland, Lorenzo Baldini from Italy on the right, and also the referee from Latvia joining us and making this a can't-miss occasion. So let's look at the starting five: Alibegovic, Sulemanovic, Helja, Adin Vrabac, and Castaneda from Unicaja Malaga, their naturalized player. And then Ilic, Penava coming off the bench. Maric. It's only announced on November 24th that Djurdjic was coaching the team, so he hasn't had that much time with this unit. And you have to say that's a big disadvantage, especially coming onto the road to a place like Türkiye. And the starting five tonight for Türkiye will be Yiğitcan Saybir, Tariq Biberovic, Onur Bitim, Kanan Sipahi, and Omer Yurtseven, with Seamus Hazer, Sertaç Şanlı, Arslan, Ulu, Korkmaz Osmani, Ercan Osmani, and Yilmaz all coming off the bench. And there's Coach Ataman, Ergan Ataman, who really has distinguished himself as one of the top coaches in Europe. I don't think there's any debate that's the case, because if you win, you're good, and his teams win. Generally, I think that's how it works. Gridfars Helmstein's the other referee, by the way, tonight, along with Lorenzo Baldini and Wojciech Liszka from Poland. There's Jetty Osman sitting courtside. Also see Muhsin Yashar over there on the left, kind of trying to hide, but he's so big he can't really hide from the camera. And Kanan Sipahi, who just really took his game to a new level this summer, coming out, knocking down some big jump shots, you know, surrounded by great players, and he did not look out of place. Now, it will be perhaps a lot of focus on him tonight. Oh my goodness, we have entered a new era in international basketball. Be careful, Wojciech. Careful, don't get shocked. Don't want to lose you. Well, not sure what this guy's name is, or girls. We'll call him the Turkish Terminator. They might bring him on late in games to make sure Türkiye were able to close it out. Gosh, I'm going to have nightmares tonight after seeing that. Anyway, Coach Ataman, I think, is kind of amused by the robot on the court. Cyber's a tough customer. He's been playing well in the domestic league. We've seen him in the Basketball Champions League. It's good to see him get a chance tonight against a Bosnia and Herzegovina team that clearly is not going to be as strong as the team that made it to the knockout round of the FIBA Eurobasket before falling to Poland. But Bosnia and Herzegovina is a basketball country, and this is a chance for other players to stand up. And as we've always said about the qualifiers, it is a great platform for players to make their mark and to really establish themselves as keys in this program. Sulemanovic jumping center against Yurtseven. Well, good evening, everybody. We are underway here. The European qualifier between Türkiye and Bosnia and Herzegovina is underway. Türkiye wearing the white, 12 giant men, and one of their giant men just turned it over. Ömer Yurtseven trying to make the pass, deflected away, and Castaneda has a chance to really shine tonight for this team. We'll see if he does. Now the pass down low, and Sulemanovic with the two-handed jam. Exciting start to the game. Now down low, and Yurtseven saves it, and Türkiye scrambling a little bit. And if any team looks a little bit out of kilter at the start, it's Türkiye. Ball stay at this end. Three-point look. Beat them there as Yurtseven. Oh, boy, looked like he got hit on the head when he went up for the putback. There was no call. And now the ball knocked away. And there in and of itself is the key for this Turkish team tonight. You feel like creating some turnovers and getting some opportunities that way. Bitim swings it back over, and Berovic missing it from deep, but Bitim has it again. Remember, we saw Bitim play a little bit at the Eurobasket, and he was exciting. There he is. Open and a little short. Cyber stays with it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Bosnia and Herzegovina basketball. They swing it, Adin Vrabac. And the putback attempt doesn't go in. Now quickly to the corner. Bitim, will this be it? And nope, he'll still have to wait. But good hustle, saving in bounds. Cyber. Remember, it was Sapahi who kind of calmed him down. Oh, that's a hold. And trying to take advantage of Yurtseven's size. They get it down low. Excellent work in getting the layup. Cyber. Now the rebound from Yurtseven. Beats him again. This time he's going to drive to the basket, gets it up. They follow. Oh, and look at that. Cyber puts it up and in. Great start for the big fella. Castaneda knocks down the three to make it a one-point game. They find Yurtseven down low. Gosh, he was going to pass that back out. It looked like he was wide open when he caught it. And if there's one thing that Yurtseven will tell you, this is a physical game. Look at this. He's been getting hit. Well, they call it this time. Sulemanovic puts his opposite on the line. You're watching the stateside. You'll remember Yurtseven played some NBA, also played some college basketball, North Carolina State, Georgetown. He only makes one of two. Always one of the guys in the weight room before games and also after. Big and strong. Now down low. Now Begovic couldn't get it to fall. Biberovic puts it up and in. Castaneda, no look, his pass intercepted. Biberovic, who brings it up, changes direction, gets it up, and gets it to go down. James Hazer in the game, guarding Castaneda. He's one of the key guys. Could have been voted X factor of that Turkish team at the Eurobasket. He was that good. Maybe would have competed with Sapahi for that honor. Bally Begovic goes in. Unmatched and unmet. Hazer. Nice, silky smooth touch from Seamus Hazer. Right off the bench. Castaneda, nice quick turn, drives in and scores. He is lightning quick. There he seen his jump shot, now he's seen his explosiveness off the dribble. The dump to Yurtseven. Again, this time he does turn, he takes it, gets it back, goes back up again and scores. Great effort by Yurtseven. And there is President Erdogan in the house watching alongside Hidro Turkoglu. Ball knocked away. And the foul on Brabats. Vadim Brabats, real veteran in this team. And Sulemanovic is the captain, but it could be Brabats. And there he is reaching over and stopping the break. We talked about Sapai, how he shot it really well, but he hasn't put anything up yet. Here's Hazer. Oh, look at him go. He is just so quick and athletic and just plays big because he's able to elevate. It's the quickness and elevation that just really teams struggle to contain him. Shanley comes in for the first time tonight for Türkiye. Meric also in the game. Ali Begovic, Ilic, Meric, Brabats, and Castaneda on the court for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Georgia, who's Croatian. Already sizing things up. This Turkish team had a stuttering start, but now got an 8-point advantage. Rabat. Bounce pass. Maric knocks it down. So Maric makes his first bucket. Sapai to Shanley. Hazer steps, he's open, it's good. And look at the quality coming off the bench. Türkiye up by 9 points. Maric set the pick and leads to an Ali Begovic three-pointer. Oh, beautiful drive. Kanan Sapahi dumps it off to Shanley. You can feel the energy here in Istanbul. This place is rocking. Castaneda almost had it knocked away. Rabat drifts in, turns, takes some contact, gets it up. Maric with the rebound. Well, I think Kanan Sapai got a lot of ball there, but anytime you swipe down on the ball, especially in that manner, there's a pretty good chance they're going to blow the whistle. One of the heroes from the Eurobasket, Ercan Osmani, has checked into the game. Much like Kanan Sapai, with so much attention on Şengün and Larkin and Jed Yasmin. It was really some of the other guys that got this Turkish team rolling early, especially Osmani and Kanan Sapai, and both of them are here tonight. Maric, good stroke. Got a cluster of fans from Bosnia and Herzegovina here tonight, cheering on their team. Berk Erlu comes in for Sapahi. Jakob Seker's got the assistant coach there talking to Ataman. He's with him this summer. Of course, coaching Galatasaray, one of the top teams in the Basketball Champions League. Osmani misses the first free throw. That's very un-Ercan Osmani-like. The second one is good. Castaneda from the top. And the push on Maric. So Ted Shanley steps up to the line with Bosnia and Herzegovina already over the limit. And gets both. So timeout called by Bosnia and Herzegovina. We'll get out of the bench and try to listen in to Coach Georgia. Birkin Korkmaz checks into the game. Of course, had that long career. Well, we remember him from playing for Banvit in Türkiye. And wasn't long after that he ended up going to the NBA and having some really good games. Had a long career over there. He's come back to Europe now. He's in the game guarding Adin Brabants. Here's Brabants. And a little runner. Doesn't drop, but the follow of Ilic's miss does go down. Begovic now with 7 points. And an offensive foul called on Ercan Osmani. Or no, is it Shanley? Excuse me. No, it is on Osmani. Begovic going to grab a seat. He seemed to be kind of shielding Brabants, kind of push him out of the way with his rear end, but anyway. Arslanidic. Maric, short. Korkmaz picks it up, gets it over to Hazer, who takes off, tries to lay it up. Türkiye get the offensive rebound. Here's Osmani, continuing to go for that high percentage look. Excellent work from Ercan Osmani. In the lead again, 9 points. Ball deflected out of bounds. Little wraparound pass read by Osmani, but Maric gets it back and puts it up and in. Six points for Maric. Nice drive, nice handoff. Hazer combining with Shanley. And the bump on Berk Erlu with 7 seconds left. That's good basketball. Knowing the situation. Maric again, the Girona star. They get it out for the three. It doesn't fall. And Türkiye looking good. Pouring in the points here in the first quarter. Penalba's shot off target, and it's Türkiye that lead it 29-20 over Bosnia and Herzegovina at the end of one. Well, they've only hit 1 of 5 from deep, but they're 10 of 13 inside the arc and 6 of 8 at the line. Here's a look back at the highlights from that first quarter. Türkiye getting a lot of joy, getting it down that low post. Look at the activity from Sibir. Maric coming in and stabilizing things a little bit for Bosnia and Herzegovina, but there's a lot of quality in this Turkish team. Seamus Hazer has been terrific since coming in. Osmani as well. Hey, scanning the QR code, folks, to courtside 1891. You can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Second quarter action is underway as Bosnia and Herzegovina look to chip away. Penava still in the game, number 11. Back to the basket, goes in, goes right at Korkmaz. Isn't successful. Korkmaz has it near midcourt. Korkmaz from deep, and here comes Castaneda. And Castaneda trying to get a trip to the line, but foul committed while he was on the court. Penava again. Maric chases it, and again is Korkmaz. Penava taking more for the team. Yep, definitely slid in there a little late. Gets it back in. Gets in and banks it in this time. He can get up. His first bucket. Pass into the lane, deflected. Here's Bittem in the open floor. Look out, goes up. You can see what he was trying to do. Oh, and looks like he might be in a little bit of pain. I don't know, hopefully he didn't land awkwardly. Could be he got hit in the face. They could review it if they felt like there might be an act of violence. He definitely got hit in the nose. He's acting like he got hit in the nose. Berovich comes back into the game. Sometimes you need a different camera angle to see it. I didn't see it on that swing. Here's Korkmaz, gets it to Biberovic from the baseline. And another chance for Bosnia and Herzegovina to chip away. Castaneda. Penava. Penava gets in and held his balance pretty well there after the contact. Good 7 takes it deep, turns it over. Castaneda bumped by Ulu. What work inside by Sulemanovic. Arslanov gets whistled for the personal. Deniz Sapai trying to see the court. Biberovic from the wing. Türkiye hitting a little bit of a cold spell. Castaneda shaking, baking, and missing. Cyber has it knocked away out of bounds. Good job by Castaneda. Almost looked like he was willing to give up a foul here. And it definitely was swinging from behind hard. Letting him play. Here's a three-pointer. Good from Deniz Sapai. Exactly what we saw in Riga. Great work from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Penava laying it up just ahead of Cyber's block. Sapahi back out to the wing. Biberovic in the lane. There's a drive, Sulemanovic, and they blow the whistle. And one. Sulemanovic with 7 points. Leading Bosnia and Herzegovina. Actually, Ali Begovic also has 7. And unbelievable. Oh, that ball almost went in. Türkiye Korkmaz almost scoring with that circus shot. Penava gets it before it goes out of bounds. Now Penava goes down, able to get it. And Arslanov knocks down the 3. Just like that, it's a 4-point game. And Sulemanovic whistled for the foul on Yurtseven. And Bitim is going to come back in for the first time since he went down hard on that drive. Well, Georgia will be mindful that Sulemanovic has the 2 fouls. Might want to think about getting him out after a couple more minutes, perhaps. Kaberovic get pass over to Bitim. Now inside it goes, and Osmani lays it up and in. There's Castaneda for 3. A bomb from way downtown. And it goes Osmani. That's twice in a row for Ercan Osmani. Türkiye having so much success around the basket, getting it down low. Castaneda goes between the legs. And this time Bitim pulls up lane with his left foot. So he goes to check on Castaneda. Bitim is an exciting player, but it's been kind of a start-stop night for him. He goes out of the game. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Castaneda, look at that beautiful bounce pass. And Alibegovic almost, but Osmani swoops in for the rebound. Ooh, pass gets away from Osmani, but he chases it down. Kaberovic. And called for the charge. Led with his left arm. Right arm, excuse me. And it was definitely sold well by Vrabac. He definitely did. I'm not sure he did it as much to get Vrabac to flail like he did. Now a chance to get closer. Georgia barking orders from the sideline. Just get it to Castaneda. And Castaneda's high arcing 3 goes off the rim and over the backboard. Quick pass down low, and Bitim is fouled. So free throws awarded. The foul looks like it's on Alibegovic. That's his first. Xavier steps up, takes a deep breath, and misses the free throw. The second one is good. Türkiye will play at Switzerland in their next game. And Bosnia and Herzegovina, well, they'll have an interesting one with Serbia. Castaneda prevents the steal, but he can't stop his momentum from going over. Castaneda arguing that Hazer hit the ball and took it over. Let's see. I think the referee got it right. It's close. Here's Hazer. Backing up against Castaneda. Spins, turns. And Castaneda won that battle. Castaneda holding his own against the big and the smaller. Castaneda, here he is. Definitely fearless on both ends of the court. Nice pass to Alibegovic. Turn around. And whistle blows and another foul has been called. Brabat has had things working for him. He got another close call go his way. Biberovic goes out with his third foul. And it's been a kind of a perplexing or frustrating night for Coach Ataman, because he's felt like his team has had some good spells, and they've had a double-digit lead, but they have not been able to step on the accelerator and pull away. And this Bosnia and Herzegovina team doing very well to stay right there, led by their veteran Vrabac. Final 2:15 in this first half. Osmani, his pass too far away from Yurtseven. Both teams over the limit right now. Backing up, Panama goes up. Oh, and he misses. He almost had an and one. But great strategy getting the mismatch. Erlu not wanting to foul this time, but ultimately does. And I think this is where Georgia's really good. He identifies, tries to get the mismatches. Erlu now has 3 fouls, so a little bit of foul trouble accumulating for the 12 Giant men. So just a 4-point lead for Türkiye, and they don't want to get into a situation that they found themselves in last time in what was arguably a tougher group, where they don't win enough games to get to the World Cup. They know that every single game is important. They also know that the goal differential, especially against teams like Bosnia and Herzegovina, will be important. And Panama makes both. It's now 41-39. So somebody's got to step up for Türkiye. Will it be Hazer? What a play, and Hazer just shows the elevation and gets the foul. You know, back in the day when he was young, you could always see this incredible talent, but to see him do it at this level, it really makes you excited, doesn't it? Does not make the free throw, but gets it back. A chance for an even bigger possession now for Türkiye. Sipahi pulls up mid-range. That was short. Karela with the rebound. Aslana gets it over to Panava for three, shows his quality. And just like that, it's a one-point game. And the people that were in the aisles getting ready to go get some popcorn sit back down. Ercan Osmani backing up over to Kenan Sipahi. Got it! Huge answer for Sipahi. Good ball handling by Brabac to get out of trouble in the backcourt. Final 30 seconds being played. Alibegovic for three. Unreal, this Bosnia-Herzegovina team just getting stuck in here on the road. Türkiye with the chance for that last shot. Unless they turn it over. Yurtseven with the pick. He rolls. It's going to be Sipahi putting it up from deep. It was short. Arslanagis from way downtown. And what a first half, and especially what a comeback in that second quarter by Dario Đurđević's new team. Bosnia-Herzegovina is Türkiye leading it 46-45 over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, look at that. The three-pointers have been big for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Their shooting percentage has gone up, and they're perfect at the free throw line. And despite being out-rebounded by 7, out-assisted by 3. A couple more turnovers for Türkiye, who've left some opportunities out there. Nervous times for the people in Istanbul. Hazer with 9 points, Osmani 7, Alibegovic with the game-high 10 for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Panava right behind him. Well, some of the highlights from the first quarter. Bitim, who had struggled a little bit early on, came to life. And Panava, his introduction, his experience, very important for this Bosnia-Herzegovina team. Sulemanovic, so often maybe not fully appreciated, but in a game like tonight, you see how crucial he is in this effort. And the three-pointers falling for both teams. Sipahi has 2 of his team's 3. Kvarevic hit that, but he's got 3 fouls. Panava goes down. Arslanagis knocking down the 3. Osmani's been tough, hasn't really looked for that. Hasn't really put up many threes. Castaneda has, though, and he hit this one. He's got 8 points, Castaneda. Osmani 7, and then that was the big play from Hazer, but he missed the free throw. And then right here at the end, Panava knocking down the 3. It's 46-45, Türkiye on top of Bosnia and Herzegovina at halftime.
too strong and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! Oh my! Rodney Hollis Jefferson. Just guarded by Brooks. His fans, he gets away from him. Look at that finish. Just enough English to put it up and in. So Peter Philbin in the house. Alexander Walker goes in for the rim rocker.
Again, no rim protection, no size. This is a small ball game.
Parks kicks it, extra pass, Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zegars. He was open for the three. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Schroeder goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Wagner gets in. A little bit of elevation.
Bogdanovic, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Toika. Well, coach, it may be Toika time. He's made the three-pointer.
What a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds. Oh, Rosita, what are you doing? And the alley-oop. And Banchero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer. Between the legs, alley-oop pass.
Yes! I love it, Jeff. Yes!
I'm sure you can have something better. Oh, a good miss. The USA got it. Bridget from the corner. You have got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bridges does the unthinkable. Ties the game. 0.2 seconds left. I have never seen it.
Wow! Well, that's symbolic of the shooting we've seen from Venezuela this first half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, lead Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
So you see Panava leading the way. And Türkiye, meanwhile, with Seamus Hazer showing his game, 9 points. With a nice follow through. Tremendous. You almost feel like Türkiye need to wear down their opponents. So Türkiye come back out to warm up. And again, there are no gimmies. Even though you have a lot of new faces in this Bosnia-Herzegovina team, you got some guys that maybe haven't played as much or have come back into this Türkiye team that wasn't at the Eurobasket. And you know, it kind of adds a little bit of intrigue to the occasion. You got the new coach with Bosnia and Herzegovina and Dario Đurđa. But obviously he comes from that part of the world, the Balkans, and I'm sure he's on the same page with a lot of these guys. They understand. I'm guessing he's probably not, well, maybe he is speaking some English since he's got Castaneda. But a little bit different than to coaching in France and in Belgium. Well, Bosnia and Herzegovina, where they've hurt Türkiye has been forcing some turnovers and getting out and scoring some points off those turnovers. They've got 8 points off turnovers, just 2 points off turnovers scored by Türkiye. The 12 Giant Men have 26 points in the paint compared to Bosnia and Herzegovina's 20. And again, those missed free throws, they don't, you know, a team that can go out and knock down all of its free throws like Bosnia and Herzegovina have tonight, that gives them that slight edge when you consider that Türkiye have missed 4 of their 11. And they've also got 3 more threes that have gone down. So I would imagine that Dario Đurđa has to be pretty pleased where his team is right now. So again, you look at the situation for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and despite being on the road here in Istanbul, they don't want to fall and then have to go home and beat Serbia. Of course, they would have a fighting chance against Serbia, just like they have here in Istanbul. But you know, you lose this game here, then you're really under pressure to avoid going into an 0-2 hole. And meanwhile, when you're Turkey, you don't want to lose at home. So, and every point matters, you know, goal differential, everything adds up at the end. So it's vital that they come out and they get busy, they do what they need to do tonight. Speaking of Turkey, and that is just get the win, but don't just win by a point or two, win by several points, but most importantly, get the win. Scan in the QR code to get the World Cup Qualifiers app, and you have everything you need at your fingertips. Whether it's video, highlights, press conferences, latest scores. I'm constantly looking at it for the scheduling and the results and the rosters. So at the end of the third window, the top 3 teams from each group progress to the second round. And you can carry results over. So just as a reminder, 6 windows, every single one of them is important. Second half underway here in Istanbul. Bosnia and Herzegovina threatening to spring an upset here on the road. Big tournament for Turkey, who missed out on the World Cup in Manila. Then had the great FIBA Eurobasket. Here's Shanley. Cyber has it. Hauser drifts in, bounce pass, Shanley. And you can see that Turkey are bound and determined to get a shot as close to the basket as possible. Ali Begovic picks up his second personal. And Shanley sinks the first. There is the president of Turkey, Erdogan. He can't be too pleased his team's only leading by 2. I'm sure he'd like to come out and get a big win tonight. And Shanley makes the second free throw. Castaneda, soft shot, but short. Shanley has it. Explosive drive, but then Hazard turns it over. He tried to drive and kick it back out to Biberovic. Nice turn, Alibegovic. His bounce pass though red as well. Oh, Turkey doesn't pick. Osmani doesn't get it, and Alibegovic opportunistically picks it up and scores. Biberovic at the stripe. It's all about shot making right now for Turkey. If Bosnia and Herzegovina take the lead, you're going to be some nervous people in here, and that's a full meter behind the arc. The miss from Alibegovic, but the long rebound corralled by Sulemanovic. Nice bounce pass, and Brabants lays it up and in. Well, the defense was extended too far out. And that time the pass read by Sulemanovic. And now Bosnia and Herzegovina can take the lead if they score. There's Castaneda. And the follow, oh boy, living dangerously. Krelve almost getting that, and instead Türkiye have it back. Shanley in the lane. The putback is there from Cyber, who's really making the most of his minutes tonight. So it was Shanley that gets that bucket, excuse me. And Castaneda, high arcing three, not this time. Sapai drives in, gets it to Shanley. The big fella's really delivering tonight. 12 points for Sertaç Shanley. Quickly down low, Ali Begovic missing. Another opportunity to get a little separation here for the home team. Cyber drives in, he takes the punishment, but he misses the shot. A chance again for potential three-point play. And definitely Ali Begovic closing a little late. Three fouls on Aurelia. Ooh, Cyber short. Aurelia, youngster, still a teenager, 19. So it is a learning process. And a push call before the shot. First foul on Sertaç Shanley. Ali Begovic will turn, soft touch, scores over Cyber. Begovic from deep, he's got it. Tariq Begovic, and now the turnover. Sapai gets it to Tariq Begovic. Zips the pass to Bitim in the left corner. Misses everything, but Cyber there. Bitim tries again and gets it. Well, you know, he had to be fearing the worst if he missed the second one, because they put it on a platter for number 10, and on the second chance, he cashed in. It's 60-51. Türkiye now up by 9. Timeout, Georgia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, the big shots by Biberovic and then Bitim. And Türkiye have gone from nearly giving up the lead to leading by 9 points as we approach the midpoint of this third quarter. So a lot of twists and turns still to go in this game. Castaneda fouled by Shanley. As he turns the corner. Coming out hedging just a little bit late. Castaneda. Here's Brabac. Not interested in the three. He's going to drive. He's going to put up and he's going to score. Dean Brabac now with 6 points. They're just, Türkiye might be looking at this Bosnia and Herzegovina team like they're an annoying fly. They just won't go away. Biberovic, this time it's long. Sulemanovic from deep, and he rattles it in. And just like that, 5 quick points for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Kane is Sapahi to Shanley. And fouled by Adin Brabac. Shanley's playing a lot more minutes tonight than he did at the Eurobasket, where he hardly played, really. It's not to say he's not any good. He's really good. It's just that Türkiye were just absolutely stacked at the Eurobasket. Bitim, feed set, short. Shanley gets it back. And now Biberovic has it. But don't let him turn the corner. But then he sticks with it, gets it up, and draws the foul. Nemir Sulemanovic. 3 fouls now, Sulemanovic. Bears now, along with Shanley, each with 12 points to lead Türkiye, and makes it 13. And the lead goes back to 6. Nikola Maric back in the game. He had 6 points and 2 rebounds in the first half. Castaneda for 3. Woo. Had that gone in, it would have had the deficit. Instead, it's Türkiye with another opportunity. 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Sapahi drives. Now Castaneda, quick pass. Ali Begovic goes in, gets blocked by Osmani, but the whistle blows. Well, it was a good attempt. Ali Begovic. There's some contact as he goes up right around the upper body. It's not a lot of contact, but there's contact. And then it comes down to the whistle. And how are you calling the game? Well, if the saying is true that the ball don't lie, you know what I mean. Ali Begovic, this is the first. He'll get a second. And misses both. They were perfect at the free throw line in the first half. BIH goes behind his back, gets in, misses. Bojan Ilic picks up the dribble, gets it to Maric. Alibegovic over on the wing. Arslan Gagic and Vrabec missing, but there's a patient whistle, and Vrabec is going to the line. Second foul on. So the reason why you have the patient whistle is the referee waits for the ref underneath the basket because it's his call first. But then if he doesn't blow the whistle and the other referee thinks he clearly sees a foul, that's when he blows his whistle. Sometimes teams don't like it because they perceive it as just being a late call. And it's 1 of 2, but Maric gets the rebound. And again, this Bosnia Herzegovina team going nowhere. They're just sticking right with Turkey, this Turkish team. But this time they turn it over. Vrabec couldn't control it. Vrabec playing a lot of minutes tonight. He's played 23 minutes. Get them fakes. Urlu open, got it! How about that for reinforcements? Takes it back to an 8-point advantage. The pass denied. Maric. Urlu again. Thought about it. They wait. The no look. Osmani has it. And then just as he starts to go up, he loses it. But the ball is awarded to Türkiye. Watch this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's close. That is close. They're going to, head coach's challenge. Georgia thinks it's going to be his team ball, and I think he might be right. Let's go down and listen.
So rolling on the floor is white ball, and we have a head coach challenge who caused the ball to go out of bounds. If we can see the play, please. So there's a pass. Seems like he's releasing the ball. Can we see the baseline camera, please? Or a super slow-mo. Okay, he's trying to get grabbing the ball, and then he's releasing it. The last touch was with the left hand of 24.
Yeah.
Yes. So after the review, the call will be overturned, and it will be blue ball. Thank you.
So they win the challenge. That's why the challenge was brought in. If a coach feels like there's a mistake, they can challenge it. They can only challenge certain things, but the out of bounds call is the most challenged. And then, of course, inside 2 minutes, referees can choose to review it if they believe it needs to be reviewed, if it's close. So it's an 8-point lead for Türkiye, and it's a turnover on Arslanagic. Finding his way in, Hazir passes to the corner, Bitim, and Shanley gets it up just in the nick of time, and he's fouled. But I think he's fouled after the shot. So it's 2 free throws. Maric running out, trying to get a hand in the face. Watch this. No, it wasn't in the shooting motion, but he was inside the arc, so that's why it's 2 free throws. A lot of red in the house tonight. What a great city Istanbul is, especially when basketball is being played. This place will be buzzing all night. And Shanley makes both. And he goes out. Year 7 comes back in. And Istanbul, definitely one of the basketball capitals of the world. Look at the number of clubs here. Number of fans. Arslanic gets it over to the wing. Ilic. And here in the final 50 seconds, Bosnia and Herzegovina now really struggling, needing some stops, some points, but Bitim comes out and misses another open look. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Ilic goes up and free throws. Biberovic comes back into the game. Ilic at the line for a couple of important ones. Stefan Simanic comes in for the first time tonight, number 14. And Kenny Sapahi returns as well. Well, that was important minutes from Erlu. He looked really good. Ooh. Second one is good. Well, let's see if they can hold on to it for the last one. And Sapai, year 7, sets the pick. Biberovic misses. And that was an interesting try. Panava misses. Well, Bosnia and Herzegovina is still right there, but they now trail by 9, 67-58. Türkiye on top of Bosnia and Herzegovina at the end of 3. So they've cut into their three-point shooting advantage. Also, Bosnia and Herzegovina missing 4 free throws in that third quarter. Third quarter best plays. That was one that Türkiye could have had. Instead, Bosnia and Herzegovina capitalized. But then Biberovic has been a strong presence, as has that man, Adin Vrabac. That was a big tap. Shanley has been important tonight, as has Ali Begovic, as has Biberovic again, who's not shy about getting his shots up. Bitim, after missing everything on the first one, they got the rebound, and he made it on the second attempt. But again, Vrabac doing a good job. He's got 7 points. Erlu, crucial shot coming off the bench. So scan in the QR code to get courtside 1891. in your smartphone, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Fourth quarter underway. Castaneda and Bosnia and Herzegovina scrapping away. They'd like to win. They'd like to get closer at least. Goal differential obviously very important in these games. Panava misses from deep, and Yurtseven with the board. Yurtseven hustles down the court. Bitin powers his way in, and the foul called on Castaneda. And again, I think he must have an injury that he's aggravated. He's held that right high ankle sprain possibly a couple of times. He's trying to grit it out tonight. Looks like he'll probably come out of the game here. The way he's reacting, it doesn't feel good, clearly, for Bitin. So who might they bring in? Korkmaz, perhaps? He's going to take his time, make sure he's ready. Yeah, he's not faking that. Gee whiz. Goes to the locker room. It's definitely an injury that is aggravated. He's trying to grind it out for his team tonight. And I thought they'd have called a foul. Now they're going to review this. Let's listen.
Ruling on the floor is personal foul, and we have a head coach challenge to review whether this contact meets the criteria for unsportsmanlike. Can we see the play, please? Okay, so he's grabbing the hip and pulling him, and then he's falling on the ground. Can we see a wider angle, please, that we see the whole body and everything from the beginning, a little bit earlier and from the beginning. Okay, so he's dribbling inside, defensive player grabs the hip and he's pulling, and while he's in the air, he's just landing. I don't see anything. It's an attempt to play the ball. It's a normal basketball play. I don't see anything excessive, and I don't see any other criteria that would meet a sportsmanlike foul. Do you see the same thing? Okay, so after the review, the ruling on the floor will remain as personal foul, and we will continue with 2 free throws for the substitute of number 10, which is number 8. Thank you.
So you heard it. They challenged it, tried to get it upgraded to an unsportsmanlike Türkiye. But the injury, you can see clearly that when he planted, or when he didn't plant, but when his right foot hit the ground, it also kind of landed on top of, he stepped on Castaneda, and that's where he kind of turned it. So he's clearly kind of rolled the ankle or done something with his foot down there, and he has to go out. And maybe that was just a case of Ataman thinking that maybe he might get a call to go his way there in terms of unsportsmanlike. Meanwhile, Kaberovic comes in for Bitin, and this is the first free throw. Does make the second. So 14 points for him, a 10-point advantage for Türkiye. The biggest lead has been 11. And this Bosnia and Herzegovina team is not going to go away. They're not built like that. They will continue to fight. Panava drives in and gets the dunk. Just goes right down the lane, jams it. Panava now with 11 points. Shot clock about to expire. Sipahi over to Hazer. Gets it up just in the nick of time, and he is fouled by Sulemanovic. So free throws once again. So the first one is good. Excuse me, the first one is missed by Hazer. And free throws tonight, 14 of 22 now for Türkiye. Ooh, misses both. So Panava had that last bucket, and let's see if he can go down and perhaps score again. Plenty of time for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh, nice turn, but then Hazer reaches in, steals it. And Panava reaches in and commits the foul. And those are the plays where Hazer is just different. Got such quick hands. It's not that he does one or two things well. He does several things well. Panava, meanwhile, has 3 fouls. Panava not quite as big as Yurtseven, but certainly giving him fits. Oh, look at Hazer drive in. Easy, big fella. Back to a 10-point game. Castaneda goes between the legs. Rabats picks up the dribble, hands it off, and the foul on Kenan Sipahi. From the elbow, Castaneda hasn't shot it quite as well in the second half. Berovic again swings the pass back outside to Kenan Sipahi. I mean, are you kidding me? Kenan Sipahi has turned into a bona fide threat from three-point range. Since all that great work this summer, the confidence is soaring for number 55. Kenan Sipahi 3 of 4 from three-point range. Here's Kanan Sapai again, his third three-pointer of the night. And remember, it was in that first game against Latvia at the Eurobasket when he just caught fire. He hit all 5 of his three-pointers, and most of them early on. Ended up shooting 12 of 24 from deep, and was a huge part of Turkey's success getting to the final. Penova gets it up from the wing. Ooh, good rebound from Ali Begovic. Another opportunity. Castaneda. 13-point advantage for Türkiye. Castaneda banks it in. Big time drive and bank. Nice deposit. Oh, they get it over to Biberovic, and he hits another three. And if it was Bosnia and Herzegovina that was setting the game alight early on, it's been Türkiye who have really found their stroke in this second half. Castaneda takes the bump right at the end of the shot clock. Now, if it's behind the arc, it's 3 free throws. He is. It's 3 free throws. And while you can understand why Ataman might not be happy, the bottom line is he was definitely kind of moving. But again, maybe ball don't lie. He misses the first of the 3 free throws. The 14-point lead. Perhaps the pressure is starting to tell on Bosnia and Herzegovina. 5:55 remaining. And you can never relax in games like this. Oh boy, just makes 1 of 3. You can never relax if you're Türkiye. You need to close this thing out with as big a win as you can, because you know how hard it's going to be when you travel to play this team when they're at home. It will be an incredible environment. Kleiber, bounce pass. Osmani walks the baseline. And he's fouled. Yeah. Just a little too much. Kind of nudging his body into him as he walked the tightrope of the sideline, the baseline, rather. Biberovic. Back to Sapai. Kanan Sapai spins, gets it back to Biberovic. High arcing 3, nope. The follow, Hazir! Another layer to his game. The offensive rebound, sky high and put back. The lead is 15, his biggest of the game. 5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Türkiye getting the better of Bosnia and Herzegovina in the second half, but Bosnia and Herzegovina remaining focused and locked in and trying to run their plays. Ali Begovic with the bucket. Türkiye outscored him 21-13 in the third quarter. Here's Sapai, feeds it! This man has morphed into a big-time threat from deep. Ilic. Oh, Sapai. What a terrific, terrific competitor. And here he is. Again, looking to make the play. They get it to Biberovic. You know it. And Türkiye, who were struggling against this Bosnia and Herzegovina team, have continued to grind away, and they've kept the faith. And it's the continued maturity of players like Kaden Sapahi and Seamus Hazer and their ability to knock down shots, and the quality of Baberovic from deep has put Bosnia and Herzegovina put their backs against the wall. Turkey now leading by 19 points. It has not been for lack of effort from Bosnia and Herzegovina. These guys have played hard. But the bottom line is they shot it better early on, but in the second half, they were outscored 21-13 in that third quarter and 17-7 in this quarter. They also had 8 points off turnovers in the first half compared to just 2 for Türkiye, and now it's a 10-9 advantage for Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that is quite a big swing. And Baberovic clearly comfortable in that role of, you want me to get some shots up, coach? No problem, just put me in. But now he is well supported by so many other players in this Turkish team that have hit some threes. Brabac gets it down low, and the aim now for Bosnia and Herzegovina is to try to cut into this big deficit. You might not win it, but you want to get as close as possible in case points come into it at the end. But there is no stopping Seamus Hazer. $15 points for Seamus Hazer. Ali Begovic along 2. Hazer with the rebound. Sapahi crosses midcourt. Biggest lead of the game right now for Türkiye. Cyber goes off his hand, he saves it, but saves it in bounds to Sulemanovic. And then Brabac's fouled by Seamus Hazer out on the perimeter. Nice turn and bucket for Sulemanovic. Hazer left open. Don't mind if he does. Back to a 20-point lead. Two minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Sulemanovic again. And Kaden Sapahi with the foul. And even in moments like these, Türkiye want to protect this 16, 18, 20-point advantage. They don't want to give that away at the end, because it could come back to cost them. And we know that there will be reinforcements you would expect for Bosnia and Herzegovina for that next game, that next meeting. Ali Begovic gets it into the lane. Castaneda. Erkan Yilmaz in the game for the first time tonight. Cyber drives in, tries to score with the left hand, and he's fouled. Well, this will definitely put even more pressure on Bosnia and Herzegovina going into their next game at home against Serbia. Because like I said, they will not be wanting to start their campaign 0-2. It will not be ruinous. Bottom line is, I think more than anything, it's that Turkey had just played better in the second half. And just this Bosnia and Herzegovina team, their level did definitely drop from a shooting standpoint. Australia puts on deck. Look at that talent. He misses the shot. But you can understand why he's in the starting lineup. He's got some skill. Number 23. Tiger powers his way. Oh, I thought he was going to make it. Now quickly up the floor, chance to score for Ali Begovic. Great concentration, the catch and the make. And again, it's back to a 19-point deficit. 18 for Ali Begovic. I think if you're Turkey right now, you want to take this shot clock down. Nope, they're going to get it up. Arslan for three, and they have just shot lights out. And President Erdogan of the country and Turkoglu of the Turkish Basketball Federation have to be thrilled. At some point, they'll smile and savor this second half, because it has been a masterclass from Türkiye here at home. And now another turnover leads to another opportunity behind the back pass. And that goes up just a little too late. We saw some skill from Erkan Yilmaz on that play, folks. Well, it wasn't very straightforward for Türkiye until the second half started. And after that, they pulled away for a 93-71 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. And you can see that Georgia fully respects and knows a lot of these Turkish players. And again, look at the numbers. A lot more threes. Just everything. Just domination, especially the rebounding. 14 more rebounds, but I would not take anything away from this Bosnia-Herzegovina team. They played hard tonight, and maybe a sign that this Turkish team is growing in confidence no matter who's out there. 20 for Baberovic, 18 Hazar, 14 Shanley, also 14 for or 12 for Sapahi. Alibegovic led the way with 18 points for Bosnia-Herzegovina, and the 12 points for the captain, Emir Sulemanovic, and both Castaneda and Penova each with 11 points. Well, now the party. Maybe meet up at the Galata Tower and head out onto town. Lots to be happy about if you're a fan of Turkish basketball tonight. Hakan Tekirdağ there. The Turkish team will regroup, and I'm guessing, I don't know if they'll fly tonight or if they will fly tomorrow, but they will definitely be on their way to Switzerland. Jumping for joy. Remember, you're at 7. Remember that Eurobasket squad bringing some continuity. He's definitely one of the good guys. How proud it must be for your family, for your friends to make it. President Erdogan there is waving to the crowd, and also Turkoglu, I think, probably breathing a sigh of relief tonight that Turkey have started off on the winning foot. Fourth quarter best plays. We see a lot with Seamus Hazer. Just instant excitement when he's on the court. The Berovic was really good. How about Sipahi? Speaking neutrally here, just so happy for him that his game has seemed to have finally completely arrived. It was that shot that I think was missing, but he just has the confidence now. It might not be the most beautiful shot, but he's making it. And that's all that counts. You got to get him up. He plays hard. He plays smart. And then Hazer with the offensive rebound and putback. And the great thing about this Turkish team is that they've had so many guys that have matured faster because they played in these windows. And you're looking at them: Osmani, Kenan Sipahi, Hazer. So Bosnia and Herzegovina just felt like they did what they wanted to do tonight for the most part. They played well. They trailed by just one at halftime, and Turkey just stepped up in the second half. And they clearly not with a lot of the players that they had last summer. And even Arslan coming in, joining the three-point shooting parade. So the standings, Turkey up at the top and at 1-0. And I believe that's Serbia. That's also 1-0. But I don't think that's right because they haven't played yet. So just ignore those standings. Just say Turkey up at the top, and in second place will be Bosnia and Herzegovina with that participation point. Six different players from Turkey knocking down threes tonight. Serbia actually leading 79-74 right now. So 93-71, Turkey will win it over Bosnia and Herzegovina.